Hello, welcome back to Let's Play Jane's Fighters Anthology as we continue on with the reference materials. Today, we are on the last entry for the helicopters section, which is the Westland Lynx. Title: Westland Lynx. Type: twin-engine multi-purpose helicopter. Program: developed with an Anglo-French helicopter agreement confirmed 2nd of April 1968. Westland given design leadership. First flight of 13 prototypes. Serial number XW835, 21st March 1971. First flight of 4th prototype. Serial number XW838, 9th of March 1972. Featuring production type monoblock rotor head. First flights of British Army Lynx prototype. Serial number XX153, 12th of April 1972. French Navy prototype, serial number XX904, 6th of July 1973. Production Lynx, Royal Navy had HAS Mark II, serial number XZ229, 20th February 1976. First Royal Navy Operational Unit, number 702 Squadron, formed on completion of intensive flight trials, December of 1977. Mark V first flew, serial number ZE375, 23rd of February 1985. Other development details and records in 1975 to 1976 and subsequent chains. Production shared 70%. Details of G-Lynx's 1986 World Helicopter Absolute Speed Record and Lynx Mark VII serial XZ170's 1989 agility trials, see 1990 to 1991 Janes. Description: following description applies to military general purpose and naval versions with Gen 2. Let's say Gem 2? I think it says Gem 2. Gem 2 engines except where indicated. Design features: compact design suited to hunter-killer ASW and missile-armed anti-ship naval roles from frigates or larger ships, superseding ship-guided helicopters. Armed, unarmed land roles with cabin large enough for squad or other tasks. Manually folding tail pylon on naval version, single 4-blade semi-rigid main rotor, foldable, each blade attached to main rotor hub by titanium root plates and flexible arm. Rotor drives taken from front of engines into main gearbox, mounted above cabin ahead of engines. In flight, accessory gears at front of main gearbox, driven by one of 2 through shafts from first stage reduction gears. 4-blade tail rotor, drive taken from main ring gear, single large window in each main cabin sliding door, provision for internally mounted armament and for exterior universal flange mounting each side for other weapons and stores. Landing gear, for the general purpose military version, non-retractable tubular skid type, provision for a pair of adjustable ground handling wheels on each skid, flotation gear optional. Landing gear for the naval versions, non-retractable oleo-pneumatic tricycle type, single wheel main units carried on sponsoons fixed at 27-degree tow out for deck landing, can be manually turned into line and locked fore and aft for movement of aircraft into and out of the ship's hangar. Twin-wheel nose unit steered hydraulically through 90 degrees by the pilot to facilitate independent takeoff into wind. Spring brakes, wheel locks, fitted to each wheel to prevent rotation on landing or inadvertent deck roll. These locks disengage hydraulically and re-engage automatically in event of hydraulic failure. Maximum vertical descent 2.29 meters per second or 7.5 feet per second. With lateral drift 0.91 meters or 3 feet per second for deck landing. Flotation gear and hydraulically actuated harpoon deck lock securing system optional. Power plant: 2 Rolls-Royce Gem 2 turboshafts, each with maximum contingency rating of 671 kilowatts or 900 shaft horsepower in Lynx AH1, HAS2, and early export variants. Later versions have Gem 41-1, 41-2 or 42-1 engines, all with maximum contingency rating of 835 kilowatts or 1,120 shaft horsepower. Transmission rating 1,372 kilowatts or 1,840 shaft horsepower. Engines of British and French Lynx in service converted to Mark 42 standard during regular overhauls from 1987 onwards. Danish, Netherlands, and Norwegian Lynx similarly retrofitted. Avionics General. Avionics common to all roles, general purpose and naval versions. Comms, Collins VOR ILS, DME, Collins AN ARM 118 TACAN, I-band transponder for naval version only. GEC Plessy PTR 446 Collins APX 72, Siemens STR 700 375, or what is that? Italtil? Or Italel APX 77 IFF. GEC Plessy PTR 446. Oh, I just read that. Flight GEC Marconi Duplex 3-axis automatic stabilization equipment. British Aerospace GM9 Gyrosyn Compass System. DECA Tactical Air Navigation System, or TANS. DECA 71 Doppler E2C Standby Compass. GEC Marconi Mark 34 AFCS. Additional units fitted in naval version when sonar is installed to provide automatic transition to hover and automatic Doppler hold in hover. Army-specific avionics. Mission: British Army Lynx equipped with TOW missiles have roof-mounted Hughes sight manufactured under license by British Aerospace. Roof sight upgraded with night vision capability and far infrared waveband. First test firing a TOW with added GEC Marconi thermal imager took place in October 1988. Optional equipment according to role can include lightweight sighting system with alternative target magnification, vertical and/or oblique cameras, flares for night operation, low light level TV, infrared line scan searchlight, and specialized communications equipment. Some have infrared formation flying lights and provision for cruise NVGs. For surveillance, some AAC Lynx carry Chancellor Heltel in external port ball housing complete with data link. Self-defense, Sanders ANALQ 144 infrared jammer installed beneath tail boom of some British Army Lynx from 1987, later augmented by exhaust diffusers. Requirement for RWR satisfied by 1989 selection of GEC Marconi Aware 3 ARI 23491 system. GEC Marconi Sky Guardian Mark III, later Mark 15, on some aircraft from 1990. Navy-specific avionics. Comms. Royal Navy helicopters have two GEC Marconi AD 3400 VHF UHF transceivers. Saudi D403M standby UHF radio. Collins 718U-5 high-frequency transceiver, Plessy PTR 446 D-band transponder, and Pilkington ARI 5983 I-band transponder. Radar, GEC Marconi ARI 5979 Seaspray Mark I lightweight search and tracking radar for detecting small surface targets in low visibility high sea conditions. Flight GPS on Royal Navy Lynx from 1997. Mission detection of submarines by dipping sonars or magnetic anomaly detector. Dipping sonars operated hydraulically powered by hydraulically powered winch and cable hover mode facilitate facilities within the ASCS. Recall Mir 2 orange crop passive radar detection system in Royal Navy Lynx, similar Recall Kestrel retrofitted to Danish Mark 90. CAE Electronics ANASQ 504V internal MAD ordered for RN Lynx in 1990. Matra AF 530 or APX 334 stabilized sight in French Naval Lynx. Optional GEC Sandpiper FLIR on Royal Navy Lynx. FLIR Systems 2000 HP specified for Netherlands SH-14D upgrade. FLIR Systems Sapphire optional for Danish Lynx. Self-defense, Tracor M130 chaff flare dispensers and Ericsson radar electronics. ANALQ 167B D to J band anti-ship missile jamming pods installed on Royal Navy Lynx patrolling Arabian Gulf 1987. Two Laurel Challenger IR jammers above cockpit of Royal Navy Lynx during 1991 Gulf War. Armament. For armed escort, anti-tank, or air-to-surface strike missions, Army version can be equipped with two 20mm cannons mounted externally so as to permit carriage also of anti-tank missiles or pintle-mounted 7.62mm machine gun inside cabin. External pylon can be fitted on each side of cabin for a variety of stores, including two minigun or other self-contained gun pods, 2 rocket pods, or up to 8 hot, Hellfire, TOW, or similar air-to-surface missiles. Additional 6 or 8 missiles carried in cabin. For ASW role, armament includes 2 Mark 44, Mark 46, A244S, or Stingray homing torpedoes. 1 each on an external pylon on each side of the fuselage, and 6 marine markers or 2 Mark 11 depth charges. Alternatively, up to 4 Sea-Skua semi-active homing missiles on French Navy Lynx, 4 AS-12 or similar wire-guided missiles. Self-protection FN HMP 0.50 half-inch machine gun pod optional on Royal Navy Lynx. Dimensions external for A for the military version and for the naval version. Main rotor diameter for both 12.8 meters or 42 feet 0 inches. Tail rotor diameter for both 2.21 meters or 7 feet 3 inches. Length overall, for both rotors turning 15.165 meters or 49 feet 9 inches. Height overall, both rotors stopped. For A, 3.505 meters or 11 feet 6 inches. For N, 3.48 meters or 11 feet 5 inches. Main rotor blades and tail folded. For M, 3.2 meters or 10 feet 6 inches. Tailplane half span, 1.78 meters or 5 feet 10 inches. Areas: main rotor disc, 128.7 meters squared or 1,385.4 square feet. Tail rotor disc, 3.84 meters squared or 41.28 square feet. Weights and loadings, A and N as above. Manufacturer's empty weight for A, 2,578 kilograms or 5,683 pounds. For N, 2,740 kilograms or 6,040 pounds. Manufacturer's basic weight for A, 2,658 kilograms or 5,860 pounds. For N, 3,030 kilograms or 6,680 pounds. Performance at normal max takeoff weight at sea level, ISA, except where indicated, A and N as above. Max continuous cruising speed for A, 140 knots or 259 kilometers per hour or 161 miles per hour. For N, 125 knots or 232 kilometers per hour or 144 miles per hour. For A, ISA plus 20 degrees C, 130 knots or 241 kilometers per hour or 150 miles per hour. For N, ISA plus 20 degrees C, 114 knots or 211 kilometers per hour or 131 miles per hour. Speed for max endurance, A and N, for ISA and ISA plus 20 degrees, 70 knots or 130 kilometers per hour or 81 miles per hour. Max forward rate of climb for A, 756 meters per minute or 2,480 feet per minute. For N, 661 meters per minute or 2,170 feet per minute. For A, ISA plus 20 degrees C, 536 meters per minute or 1,760 feet per minute. For N, ISA plus 20 degrees C, 469 meters per minute or 1,540 feet per minute. Max vertical rate of climb for A, 472 meters or 1,550 feet per minute. For N, 351 meters per minute or 1,150 feet per minute. For A, ISA plus 20 degrees C, 390 meters per minute or 1,280 feet per minute. For N, ISA plus 20 degrees C, 244 meters per minute or 800 feet per minute. Hovering ceiling, OGE, for A, 3,230 meters or 10,600 feet. For N, 2,575 meters or 8,450 feet. Length, 15.16 meters. Height, 3.5 meters. Wingspan, 12.8 meters. Max takeoff weight, 4,535 kilograms. Max range, 340 nautical miles. Hovering ceiling, 3,230 meters. Here we can see a picture of the engine. And then we have a photo album, which has 6 photos in it. So this is, I believe that's French Navy. This would be Royal Navy. I think this is supposed to be that lightweight radar, surface search radar, but I could be mistaken on that. This looks like some sort of FLIR turret. This looks like British Army, maybe? This could also be British Army. These are Royal Navy in flight. And then Can't quite make out the text on the side, but I do see Army, so that's probably British Army. And we have our 3D view. And it looks like they have the version with the tricycle type landing gear, which would be the Navy version, technically, although I guess the Army could use it too. So I think these are supposed to be the exhaust diffusers maybe that they mentioned got added, because they're right near where the exhaust of the engine would come out. They don't model any of the sensors though, and even the wheels, kind of hilariously, are floating. They're just kind of floating in space near the, they do model some of the communications antenna though. And it looks like, I think that says Army. Maybe? I wish I could pan this around, but but I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be representative of the Army version. And I don't think we got to see too much of it. Maybe these would appear in the Baltic campaign. Otherwise, I can't. Or maybe some of the single missions, like those UK Franco War missions. But yeah, I don't actually remember seeing this in any of the campaigns. But then again, it's been a while too. I mean, I've been doing these encyclopedia entries for like what, at least half a year now, maybe a full year. So it's been a little while since I've actually been playing the game per se. But yeah, very much like the basically the European version of the Blackhawk, in that it's a common utility helicopter that also has naval use for ASW and is generally very multi-role. So with that, thank you all for watching, and stay tuned for next time, and stay safe out there, and we'll see you then.